Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. It's currently part 5 for my Let's Play, and as I'm recording this post-commentary, it is the 27th of March, 2019. The video was originally recorded on the 14th of March, 2019. Now to get to what's actually on the screen right now, you can see that there's some strange cinematic going on here when we launch the game. Now this happens randomly as you do launch the game. It might have to do with when you're approaching a dungeon, or when you've completed a dungeon, because I can tell you that after this, after we do complete the dungeon, it happens again when we load the save. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't happen every time. It's very interesting because it sort of shows you the inner turmoil of Link, where he's having to deal with the fact that he needs to rescue Tetra. And as far as I know, this is like the only Zelda game that really deals with that. I think it's actually quite interesting. Now, I did have some problems when I originally recorded this video. I actually recorded a little bit of this dungeon, and for some reason it did save my progress. I only did a tiny little bit, and you'll be able to see in a minute what I did end up doing. But I had like the worst possible problem with my capture card that I could actually have, and that was the recording that I was doing terminating and not saving anything, so that was pretty terrible. I'm glad that it didn't actually happen again. Definitely could have happened again, but it didn't, so I'm happy to see that. This is all that I ended up doing, fortunately. It was just me drawing on the map what was actually pictured here in this, I guess, picture frame. The point is that this is actually a safe path for us to walk when we do enter that place, but we can't actually enter that just yet. We do need to go south first and foremost. It's worth mentioning that because this is indeed the first dungeon, and especially considering that this is a pretty easy game overall, it's not going to be very challenging for us. I have to say that Wind Waker was already a super easy Zelda game on its own, and then you go and take Wind Waker and essentially put it on a portable system, like the Nintendo DS, which is the case with Phantom Hourglass here. And I would say at that point you're dealing with a potentially even younger audience than what they were targeting with Wind Waker. So what happens there? You take a game that's already super easy and make it even easier. And that's Phantom Hourglass. And I'd say that might be one of the reasons why people don't like Phantom Hourglass. I'm not too sure why people wouldn't like it. I think most people are pretty neutral when it comes to Phantom Hourglass, or they're negative in the sense that they don't like the idea of playing a Zelda game on the Nintendo DS. But I would honestly say that anyone who hasn't actually played it should actually give it a try. Not on an emulator on a computer using a mouse, because that's a terrible way to experience the game. As you can see, I completely lost my mind and ended up going the wrong way there anyway. You can see that if we do follow the path that we drew, like a sensible person, we can actually remain safe from these, I guess, pitfalls. Obviously, we need to do a spin attack here to actually hit all of these switches. I was talking about something here in my original commentary, that's why I didn't do it immediately. It's not like I was trying to consider exactly how to hit them all at once. It's not exactly the most, I guess, difficult to work out puzzle in the world. Most confusing puzzle, the most challenging puzzle. As you can see, I'm being an idiot once again and falling down into the pitfall. But anyway, what I'm going to be doing with this Let's Play, and I may as well give you a slight update when it comes to this, I'm going to try and really pump out the parts for this Let's Play. I'm starting to see that I want to do more Let's Playing. You know, I want to sort of catch up to my previous Let's Play video output, I suppose. I've been doing a lot of live streams lately, if you guys have been aware. I'm not too sure if you have been. I do love doing live streams, but I am traditionally, and fundamentally I would say, a Let's Player. So I want to continue doing that, really. So I'm going to focus on Phantom Hourglass to start with, and then I'll probably move on to Skyward Sword once again. And then after that I will probably be doing Twilight Princess HD and pretty much any other Zelda games that I can do. You know, I wouldn't actually be opposed to the idea of doing multiple Zelda games at one time. So, yeah. I'm not too sure how I feel about Skyward Sword. I'm not a huge fan of the game itself, so yeah, it's more or less going to be an entertaining sort of Let's Play for you guys. See, I'm used to saying live stream now. It'll hopefully be an entertaining Let's Play for you guys, the Skyward Sword Let's Play, because it's me getting annoyed with the game, and you've also got me swinging my arms around on the screen like an idiot as well. As you can see, we just picked up the boomerang here, and how it works in this game is that you actually draw a line on the touchscreen of the DS, or the Wii U gamepad, whatever you happen to be using. In my case, it is indeed the Wii U gamepad. For those of you who are not aware, I do indeed play this game on the Wii U for the ease of recording. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but it's kind of terrible. But anyway, you have full control over where you actually throw the boomerang. It's not quite like it is in Wind Waker, where you throw the boomerang and it just sort of goes in that general direction. You can actually have complete control, and that's one of the big things about playing Phantom Hourglass. You do have complete control. I'm literally... It looks so much worse when I watch it back like this. I mean, it would be great if I were not so terrible at doing that. What am I even doing? Okay, so that is a good way to kill those thunder choo-choos, the yellow choo-choos, whatever you want to call them. They're not even really given names here. You're just kind of expected to know them from Wind Waker, and if you don't know them from Wind Waker, then just forget it. What am I doing? Just fucking draw the thing. I guess I'm demonstrating the fact that it will go wherever you throw it, but... Anyway. Yeah, go on, just do it, Doomlink. Seriously, it's not hard. You can see that if you do draw the line, and that line passes through something that can be interacted with, when it comes to the boomerang, then it will actually light up. It'll have like that shining thing, which is pretty much what you needed in Wind Waker to have the boomerang interact with anything. You couldn't just control where it would go. You would have to sort of throw it in the general direction and then like mark it. But anyway, you know how it worked in Wind Waker, or maybe you don't know how it worked. Maybe you know nothing. I'm not sure. Anyway, I did do a Let's Play of the Wind Waker HD. I was intending on it to be a 100% Let's Play, but it did not end up being that. So I'm instead going to do a 100% Let's Play, as in 100% completed content, in the original GameCube version, but in pajama mode. That is why I'm currently doing that live stream playthrough of Wind Waker. It's so that I can create a pajama mode save file, which I will then 100% for the Let's Play. So that's going to be good fun, and I do look forward to doing that. But that will probably be in 2020. That would be my guess, because I do have plans to play Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess HD before doing that. As far as how long that's going to take to complete, I don't know. Probably a while. Took me it definitely took me more than 12 months to complete Twilight Princess, the original game. At least I think so. Because I did do a GameCube version Let's Play of that. But anyway. Will I ever do the remastered versions of Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time? Probably not. Because those games... I could. Theoretically I could. There's nothing really stopping me. It's just that I don't know if I would have that very high on my list of priorities, so... I've never played them, but from what I've heard, it doesn't sound like something that I would be interested in. So, yeah. As you can see, the boomerang is really something that you want to use when it comes to hitting that rat, because otherwise he won't come out, and you can't really catch him, so you do need to make use of the boomerang for that. Now that we do have the key, we can actually continue on. I'm being thrown into the lava by my own stupidity, really. There's not much of an excuse for that. I mean, come on! It's ridiculous. It's because I jumped at an angle and just didn't get the distance that I needed. I have to very, very honestly urge all of you who are interested in playing Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks not to emulate them unless you have the ability to use a very, very similar touchscreen functionality to that of the DS. On the Wii U here, it's pretty much the same as the touchscreen functionality of the DS. It's slightly different, in fact. I don't know if it's better or worse, but it is different. I'm having to blow on the screen again. It's technically blowing into the microphone to create sound. So you could actually yell at the screen and blow the candles. The idea is that it takes sound from the microphone and then... yeah, anyway. Maybe it's the intensity of the sound. If you blow directly into the microphone, maybe it can be differentiated between, like, yelling into it due to the volume of the sound that's coming into the microphone, but yeah, I don't know. If you want to be a complete idiot, then just blow into it. And if you're ever given a situation, as we did see before we actually entered this dungeon, if you're put in a situation where you're told to yell at the screen. Just blow, it's easier. That's what I did before anyway, when I had to yell out to Astrid. I'm actually using air quotations as I say that. Of course, I didn't actually yell to Astrid. Oof, God. It's rough. It's funny, the way I was reacting to that was as if I were doing it right now, but I'm actually able to react to it rather intimately, despite only watching it. I was able to memorize the correct order of that. It's fairly simple. There is the small key that we need to continue. Go down to the door here. It's kind of weird because we actually open it from behind here. We get a nice shot of Link's arse there. Just what I like. The weirdest thing is that the keyhole there, which is a huge keyhole, is just sort of showing outwards like that. As you can see, this huge door is the boss door. And the reason why the key is on the top is because it's a very large key that we actually have to physically carry around and then throw at the door. I suppose there are a number of similarities between this game and Four Swords Adventures, but we'll probably see even more similarities as time goes on, so... It's quite fitting because the Zelda game that I actually completed a Let's Play of before this one was Four Swords Adventures. If you haven't seen Four Swords Adventures, or perhaps you are interested in watching me play it, then feel free to watch that Let's Play. It actually took me a little while to complete. I think it went between early to mid 2017 to December of 2018. And there are a number of reasons why that took so long, but I'm not going to get into details about that. I probably get into enough details about it in the Let's Play itself, so... yeah, I won't really go on about it. I'm not actually too sure if the boomerang is absolutely required to hit those skulls, but at the very least it does make it easier. That is if you are actually accurate with your boomerang, which I am not always. So, anyway. When all three torches are lit, the path will be revealed. If it hasn't been completely obvious to you guys thus far, the puzzles in this dungeon are not very difficult. The word to describe them, in fact, may be juvenile. So, I don't know why I just walked straight off there. Obviously, What exactly are you doing? You've got a switch over there, and it was demonstrated to you before. Stop being a complete idiot, Doomlink. This thing here is slightly difficult when you consider what we're about to be picking up from this chest. But, anyway. I have been feeling an itch to play Majora's Mask, in fact, so... I'm just thinking of all the Zelda games that I really want to play. And I'm going, well... conceivably, it could take a long time for me to get started with those Let's Plays, so I would like to do it as soon as possible. I'm thinking that I want to play Majora's Mask, I feel like I want to play A Link to the Past, The Minish Cap, Link's Awakening, all of the old 2D ones, you know, stuff like that. I wouldn't mind playing Zelda 2 even. I've only played it like once in my life, and I didn't like it, but it could be interesting just to play it on camera. And I think I want to get the Zelda Collector's Edition GameCube disc to play Majora's Mask and Zelda 2. So I'm probably going to do that. Apparently, I mean, I've talked about it before, but I think that the Majora's Mask GameCube version is really glitchy, but I don't care. It's going to be kind of unique. Not that many people would be Let's Playing Majora's Mask on GameCube these days, so I want to do that at the very least. As you can see, we are about to take on the boss. I'm not going to say his name just now, or just yet I should say, but it is an easy name for me to remember. It's quite unique, I suppose. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I'm being really foolish and thinking that I'm going to need the top and bottom screen visible above one another, above and below one another, to be able to take on this boss. It was my limited memory of the boss itself. There are only certain bosses that require this, and this is not one of those bosses, and I do find out momentarily. As you can see, the cropping is a little bit off here. At least I think the cropping's off. Regardless, I will be changing it anyway, as you will see momentarily. I know this is really annoying, but yeah. We're going to have the screens like this when it is necessary, but clearly it is not necessary here, and I do realise this, so I change it back to this one. As you can see, Blaaz, Master of Fire. And I kind of forgot how to fight him here. At least I think so. Or maybe I didn't. So basically what you need to do... Oh, that's what it is. I actually completely forgot what... That's hilarious. So I just saw on the map there what you actually need to do, and I had completely forgotten this in-game. Genuinely forgot. And it was a pure fluke that I actually succeeded at any point here, because I had completely forgotten how to do it. Basically, you need to look at the fact that the skulls on the top map have a different number of spikes. I don't know if you start from the third or if you start from the first, but the point is, that is relevant. So, the reason why they're not forming into Blaaz right now, these three creatures, I don't even know what to call them, but the reason why they're not forming into one is because I'm not going in the right order. So whether you start with the first or the third, I don't know, but once again, that is the key. And I didn't even realise that, really, so... That's why I'm having problems here. I honestly had completely forgotten how to do the fight. What you actually want to do is throw the boomerang and do that. That's the best way to deal with Blaaz. He's not the only monster or enemy in the game that is easy to hit, or rather kill, when you do throw the boomerang at him, because the boomerang does serve to stun a number of enemies. There we go, it worked again, and it was a complete fluke, because I didn't remember the actual conventions of the fight where you had to get specific. I don't know how to refer to them. Let's just call the mini Blaazes. You have to get the specific ones and join them together in that order. Once again, complete fluke. And this time he should be dead. You do have to physically hit him a lot of times, but the trade-off there is that he does give you the opportunity to hit him a lot, so... As you can see, he turns into sand. Which I would like to assume goes into the Phantom Hourglass in one way or another. But there's something else going on here that's worth seeing. And this has to do with our quest very intimately. This being here is one of 3, at least at the start of the game, that we need to collect. And once the 3 come together, you'll see that it will be good and stuff. It is the Spirit of Power, who is in the form of a fairy in this game. I suppose Din's representative in a sense. I'm Leaf, the Spirit of Power. I serve the Ocean King. How does the Ocean King fit into the goddess lore? I don't know. I really don't know how it works, but it's probably better not to overthink it, really. Maybe the Ocean King is the father of the 3 goddesses. Who knows? Probably not, though. Please help us. We need your strength. I was locked away with the Ocean King years ago. But now I can't feel the presence of the Ocean King. I wonder what happened to him. Well, that's a thing that I know the answer to, but I'm not going to say it because it's probably a bit spoilery, but... Anyway. Basically, the Spirit of Power is going to join our party. Or joined our group. Now we have to go and tell Astrid, because apparently Astrid needs to know. In this game, instead of getting a heart container just appearing on the ground, you get a big golden chest, which is a bit boring, because these golden chests are slightly overused in this game. But anyway. Basically anything that's somewhat relevant in a dungeon will be in a big golden chest like that. So you don't even have like a different chest for boss keys, and you don't have a different chest for the heart containers, it's just all the big golden chest, which I suppose is a little bit of a nitpick if I were to say that it were a bad thing, but hey, it's not a big deal. Getting attacked by a Tektite here. Basically what I'm going to be doing before leaving the island here, because we have essentially achieved what we wanted to achieve when it comes to, well, our business on the Isle of Ember. We do first need to talk to Astrid and let her know what's going on. She's up over this way. She's the only one living on the island at the moment. I guess everyone else was killed, which is slightly morbid, but anyway. There weren't too many people living on this island anyway, probably because there's a frickin' volcano on it, but anyway. Didn't stop a lot of the people in certain other countries. So we have indeed broken the something or other. We will need 3 spirits: power, wisdom, and courage. Quite. When you have all 3, you will possess the power to find the ghost ship. So that's kind of like the beginning. It's like the first half of the game. Collecting those 3 and then confronting the ghost ship, basically. We got a power gem as well, and I'm still not 100% sure on what those gems do. I think you collect 10 of them and something, yeah, so... you can raise a spirit's power for 10 gems. Now, this is my vague memory of it. You can infuse your sword later on with the power of those spirits, and that will give your sword a different effect. I remember using the power one because, you know, more sword damage, but I can't remember what courage and wisdom does in conjunction with your sword. But that's the purpose of actually collecting those gems, and I suppose there isn't too much to do in this game in terms of, I guess, extra stuff. Like, if you wanted to do a 100% run, there isn't too much to do compared to other Zelda games, especially compared to the prequel to this one, which was Wind Waker. But collecting those gems is one of those things, I suppose. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope you all enjoyed. The next video will be back to live commentary, which will of course be part 6. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you all later. Bye bye.